Hey Jeff, it's Tuesday. I've been thinking about Prometheus. No. No. Yeah, it's more like it. I know more about Greek mythology than probably any other world mythology, not because it's my favorite, that would probably be Norse. I like me some Norse mythology, but simply because that's the one that we studied in high school, along with Roman, which is just Greek again, and like a little bit of Egyptian, although I think that was in junior high school. So I was thinking about Prometheus, who was the titan who stole fire back from the gods and gave it to humanity, which is pretty cool, because, you know, we like fire. But the main parts of the story that I'm focusing on is the whole, you know, stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man, for which he's, you know, punished by being chained to a rock and having his liver eaten by an eagle every day forever. Because, you know, it's important for Zeus to make a point, apparently. It is. Now, of course, the full version of that story has a lot of things going on as far as, you know, Prometheus and Epimetheus actually making humanity, along with, you know, other ways, and then of course Zeus's punishment to humanity is to create women, because it's just not mythology without Zeus doing something horrendously misogynistic. But at least he's not raping anybody this time. Yet. I mean, I guess if he's just inventing women, then he also probably hasn't invented rape yet. Did Zeus invent rape? That seems like something Zeus probably invented. At the very least, animal rape. Oh, and golden showers. Oh, God. Anyway, the reason that this is all stuck in my head is the thing that I find interesting about the Greek gods, and a lot of other gods, Norse, Egyptian, is that they're understandable. Like, they're comprehensibly people. They've got whole lives. They've got goals. They've got flaws. They're, you know, they do things that we can comprehend as being just, you know, how people live lives. And in that sense, it really makes me think that the Greek gods and their relationship to humanity is in a lot of ways not what we think of as gods versus people today, so much as it is, well, the way that we relate leaders to people, because there are a lot of things in common. The only thing that's really making the gods / leaders up there is some measure of power that humanity doesn't have. And of course, they're fiercely protective of that power. Hence the whole punishing Prometheus by having his liver eaten every day forever for giving out just a small portion of that power. I guess the reason I've been thinking about all this has a lot to do with the different sort of information leaks that have gone on over the past weeks and months and years. I mean, there's obviously Bradley Manning and Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, that whole thing, as well as the more recent Edward Snowden and all of that. But not even just, you know, government leaks. It also makes me think of, like, Aaron Swartz, who, you know, downloaded and distributed a bunch of academic documents and was sort of leapt upon by the U.S. attorneys to the point where he took his own life. So, yeah. And I suppose also to a certain extent Derek Lostutter, the anonymous affiliated guy who was involved with the whole Steubenville thing, who was not long ago raided by the FBI. Anyway, all of these people, to some extent or other, remind me of the story of Prometheus, specifically the part about giving fire to humanity and being punished severely for it. Of course, we already have fire. We got lots of fire everywhere. Also, electricity and various other things. But I mean, in the modern world, it's not fire that's the power that is given to people, but it's information and the ability to distribute and view between not just individuals, but between huge groups. Honestly, it's one of the things that gives me the most hope for the future of this whole society that humans have going, realizing and making good use of the ability of the individual to communicate on a mass scale and to make themselves heard and organize, both in physical spaces, which you see with, you know, things like Occupy and the Tea Party and all that. Like, people still remember how to organize in physical spaces, but organizing in digital spaces is just as important, and I think I've yet to see it used to the scale that I would like to. What I'd really like to see are people coming together to use the internet to, you know, forward candidates completely outside of major party systems. I mean, political parties have learned how to fundraise and grassroots whatever, but I would like to see real grassroots candidates, like people who are actual political outsiders, because considering how much cheerleading there seems to be behind the whole, oh no, you know what, surveilling everyone is totally fine, that to me is a sign that if these things are ever going to change, then people are going to have to, organize outside of the established corridors of whatever. And we can do that. We have that power, and we keep being given more reasons more of the information that we need to make these kinds of decisions and to try and forward these sorts of ideas. I don't know how many people's livers are going to need to be eaten forever for us to learn that, but even Prometheus got freed eventually. Heracles, he broke the chain and killed the eagle, and I think there was a centaur who also agreed to die. It was a whole thing. The point is that people can have immense power, whether it's individuals, groups, whatever. The technology's there, the possibility's there. We just need to keep trying. So no matter what people may think of the individuals who leaked these various bits of information, these instances do prove that individual people have immense power in the modern digital landscape. I just hope that we'll use that power to improve things and, break down and rebuild the structures that don't work. So yeah, Greek mythology, modern technology, not very good lighting today. These are the things that have been on my mind. But yeah, so whether it ends up being improved by people taking the powers that they actually already have and using them to forge better tomorrow or not, I will still see you in the future.
They will see you in the future.